Are you ready to take your muscle building journey to the next level? Do you feel like your progress has stalled, or you're just not seeing results as quickly as you'd like? Building muscle is a process, but there are proven strategies that can significantly accelerate your gains. It's not about magic pills or secret techniques. It's about optimizing the fundamental principles of muscle growth. By focusing on these key areas, you can create the ideal environment for your body to build muscle tissue more efficiently. Let's dive into the top 6 ways you can potentially double your muscle building speed. Way 1. Implement progressive overload consistently. This is arguably the most critical principle for muscle growth. Your muscles need a reason to grow stronger and larger. That reason is being challenged beyond their current capacity. You must consistently increase the demand placed on your muscles over time. This forces them to adapt and build new tissue. Without progressive overload, your body has no signal to change. Focus on increasing resistance, or the weight you lift whenever possible. Lifting slightly heavier weights than last time signals your muscles they need to get stronger. Even small increases add up significantly over weeks and months. Another way is to increase the number of repetitions performed with a given weight. If you hit your target reps easily, aim for 1 or 2 more next time. More reps under tension stimulate further growth. You can also increase the number of sets for an exercise. Adding an extra set increases the total volume of work done. This provides a greater stimulus for muscle hypertrophy. Decreasing rest periods between sets can also drive progress. Shorter rest increases training density and metabolic stress. This can be another effective form of overload, especially for hypertrophy. Finally, improve your exercise form to lift more effectively and safely. Better form allows you to target the intended muscles more precisely. This ensures the load is placed where it needs to be for maximum stimulation and growth. Way 2. Optimize protein. Intake protein is the building block of muscle tissue. Without sufficient protein, your body cannot repair the muscle fibers broken down during training, let alone build new ones. Adequate protein intake is non-negotiable for muscle growth. You need to consume sufficient protein daily to support muscle protein synthesis. A common guideline is 0.8 to 1 gram per pound of body weight. This provides the necessary amino acids for repair and growth. Distribute your protein intake throughout the day across multiple meals. This ensures a steady supply of amino acids is available to your muscles. Aim for protein with every major meal and snack. Prioritize high-quality protein sources in your diet. These include lean meats, fish, eggs, dairy products like milk and yogurt, and plant-based options like legumes and tofu. High-quality sources contain all essential amino acids. Consider consuming protein relatively close to your training sessions. While the anabolic window isn't as strict as once thought, having protein available pre- or post-workout can support recovery and synthesis. A protein shake or meal works well. Ensure adequate protein intake even on rest days. Muscle repair and growth continue long after your workout is finished. Rest days are crucial for recovery, and protein is essential for this process. Way 3. Ensure sufficient caloric intake. Muscle growth is an energy-intensive process. To build new tissue, your body needs more calories than it burns for maintenance and activity. Eating enough is just as important as training hard. You must eat in a slight caloric surplus to fuel muscle growth effectively. Trying to build muscle in a deficit or at maintenance is extremely difficult for most people. Provide your body with the energy it needs. Calculate your maintenance calories and add a moderate surplus. A starting point of 250-500 calories above maintenance is often recommended. This surplus provides the energy for muscle building without excessive fat gain. Track your food intake initially to understand your consumption levels. You might be surprised by how much or how little you are actually eating. Tracking provides valuable data to make informed adjustments. Prioritize nutrient-dense foods to get your calories. Focus on whole foods like lean proteins, complex carbohydrates, healthy fats, fruits, and vegetables. These provide vitamins and minerals essential for overall health and recovery. Adjust your calorie intake based on your progress. If you're not gaining weight or strength, you likely need to eat more. If you're gaining too much fat, slightly reduce your surplus. Monitor and adapt. Way 4. Prioritize adequate recovery, and sleep muscle doesn't grow when you're lifting weights. It grows when you're resting and recovering. Training provides the stimulus, but recovery allows the adaptation to occur. Skipping recovery is skipping growth. Get 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night consistently. Sleep is when your body releases growth hormone and performs crucial repair processes. Poor sleep significantly hinders muscle recovery and growth. Allow specific muscle groups sufficient rest between training sessions. Generally, 48 to 72 hours is needed for a muscle group to recover from intense training. Avoid training the same muscles hard on consecutive days. Incorporate dedicated rest days into your weekly schedule. These days are essential for overall recovery, reducing fatigue, and preventing overtraining. Don't feel guilty about taking a day off from the gym. Manage stress levels, as chronic stress can hinder recovery. High stress can elevate cortisol, a hormone that can break down muscle tissue. Find healthy ways to manage stress through hobbies, mindfulness, or relaxation techniques. Consider active recovery methods on off days. Light activities like walking, stretching, or foam rolling can improve blood flow and reduce muscle soreness. This can aid the recovery process without adding significant stress. Way 5. Train with high intensity and proper form. How you train is just as important as how often you train. Effective training requires intensity to stimulate muscle fibers and proper form to ensure safety and target the right muscles. Don't just go through the motions. Train muscles close to failure within appropriate rep ranges for hypertrophy. For building muscle size, the 6 to 12 rep range is often effective, pushing close to the point where you cannot complete another rep with good form. This high effort is key. Focus on compound exercises that work multiple muscle groups simultaneously. Movements like squats, deadlifts, bench press, overhead press, and rows provide the biggest bang for your buck. They allow you to lift heavier weights and stimulate more muscle fibers. Maintain strict form throughout every exercise to maximize muscle activation and prevent injury. Poor form reduces the effectiveness of the exercise and increases your risk of getting hurt. Lift smarter, not just heavier. Use a full range of motion for most exercises whenever possible. Moving the weight through a complete range stretches and contracts the muscle fully. This can lead to better muscle development and flexibility. Employ techniques like tempo training to control the eccentric and concentric phases of a lift. Controlling the speed, especially the lowering, eccentric phase, can increase time under key tension. This provides a different stimulus for growth. Way 6. Be consistent and patient. Building muscle takes time and consistent effort. There are no shortcuts to sustainable growth. The most effective strategy is showing up and putting in the key work day after day, week after week. Adhere to a structured training program consistently over weeks and months. Random workouts yield random results. Follow a plan that incorporates progressive overload and targets all major muscle groups. Stick to your nutrition plan consistently, even when it's inconvenient. Eating for muscle growth requires discipline, with your food choices and timing. Consistency in diet fuels consistency in results. Track your progress to stay motivated and make informed decisions. Log your lifts, monitor your body weight, and take measurements or progress photos. Seeing tangible progress reinforces your efforts and helps you identify what's working. Understand that muscle growth is a gradual process. You won't build significant muscle overnight. Celebrate small victories and trust the process. Patience is a virtue in the gym. Make training and nutrition a sustainable lifestyle habit. View it as a long-term commitment to your health and fitness, not a temporary fix. Consistency over years is what truly transforms your physique. Implementing these 6 strategies consistently will create the optimal environment for accelerated muscle growth. It requires dedication and discipline, but the results are well worth the effort. Start applying these principles today and watch your progress double.